Hello everyone. Good evening from Pakistan and good morning or good afternoon to all those who have joined us from different time zones. Thank you for joining me for this live demo on advanced financial analytics with Power BI. I welcome you all. This is Muhammad Kashif. Um, let's just few um, housekeeping rules. Please make sure you have muted your mics and turn off your videos. Recording of the online demo will be available via email and also post on YouTube channel, and we'll have Q&A session after the live demo. So let's a little bit about myself. My simple introduction is I'm a member of Institute of Cost and Management Accounts of Pakistan, qualified in 2005. Almost work in quite every field in finance, from bookkeeping to corporate finance, in financial feasibility, modeling, data analytics, data visualization, business process analysis, capacity building. And I'm also a founder of Kaizen Analytics. It is a limited liability partnership firm registered with SECP. Our core areas are business consultancy and capacity building. Focused areas are definitely emerging technologies like business intelligence, blockchain, advanced analytics, and much more. So you can connect me or with my organization. The links are given below. Um, now, I'm also a Udemy instructor, and my course Advanced Sales Analytics for Decision Making with Power BI is now subscribed by over 11,000 students, and this course is rated 4.3, and the students belong to around 131 countries. The link is given below, so you can check out the course as well. But today we are here for next course, and the plan for today is divided in three sessions. The first session is data driven business transformation. The second session is a live demo, and the third session is definitely course outline and fee structure. So let's start with the first session. So data driven business transformation. What is data driven business transformation? Let's start with a high level discussion. Why business intelligence tools are used in business and as a part of data driven transformation. Because it's important that they are becoming part of ongoing operations as well. So first we want to improve our business in all aspects based on insights which are obtained from data. So the data can be internally generated or from external sources. So it starts with a raw data, and then from a raw data you extract an insight. Then from insight you determine certain actions, and from that actions the feedback and measures, you calculated what are the feedbacks from that action. These feedbacks will generate another data, and you will further improve, and this process goes on and on. So data, so this is kind of a very brief and high level discussion on what is data driven business transformation. There is another topic which I really want to discuss, and that is data analytics. uh, Basically data analytics is consist of it's a process of four stages. The first stage is a descriptive stage, and we all are conducting descriptive analytics from the very beginning, uh, so to speak, what is happening in my business. So we may use any software to create charts that for instance, revenue has increased by 10% in last quarter. So I can explain it with an example. Like, we can use an example of sales insight. For instance, if you can see over here, uh, in November, the sales from distributor has decreased to 1.4 million, from 1.8 to 1.4 million. So this is what data descriptive analytics is showing, that how and when the information or the sale is increased or decreased. But this is not the whole case. The second important thing is diagnostic analytics. Why it is happening, the ability to drill down to the root cause. So let's consider that example again. For instance, the sales in November has decreased to 1.4 from 1.8. So what is the root cause? So if we can go over here and analyze it, it is analyzing the results. So here, the analysis of 20% decrease in total sales from October to November results from these factors. So product 9 has decreased, product sale of product 18 has decreased, sale of product 24 has decreased, and this decrease has offset the increase in sale of product 14. So this is the second stage of analytics, the diagnostic analytics. It will give another feature. It is giving these features with territories. So which territory is performing less and which territory has performed well. And here it is just giving an information. So this is kind of a simple example of descriptive and diagnostic data analytics, and we will cover descriptive and diagnostic analytics in this course. So this is important because predictive and prescriptive analytics is not covered in this course. Predictive analytics, definitely it uses much more type of softwares like R and Python, apart from Power BI, for analysis and prescriptive analysis as well. So the important thing why we have chosen to discuss data analytics in the introduction of this course, that it will cover descriptive and diagnostic analytics. So this is kind of a very informative thing which I have found over the LinkedIn post. A person from Deloitte Indonesia is also working in definitely field, and he's a business analyst. So I think his name is Rikit Potra. I'm sorry if I'm pardon me if I'm not pronouncing me well, but he is very good in this one. So it is taken from his one of his posts, very good post, and here he explains that traditional reporting, what we financial persons are doing in traditional reporting, and why business intelligence is important for finance. So if you use the data from every grain, lowest grain to a highest grain, you can drill through easily through business intelligence tools like Power BI, Tableau, and Qlik. So for instance, you can drill through from financial statement till the individual record, the individual salesperson. So why the sale has decreased, and where the sale has decreased, and who is the salesperson who was assigned for that thing. So we will explain this in an example. I can explain it in an example. So we will also cover a decision tree. So if you can see over here, this is a decision tree. So we can analyze it from, say, low value. So it is given us a low value, all the low values. So we can analyze this one from a low value. So it has given that this customer has not bought many things, and this customer has lowest value, and these are the cities. And we can drill down further. This is the product of the lowest value, and this is the channel sale, the wholesale. So we can drill through easily if we have the data, that what is the root cause of any factor, and we can go straight to that factor and take some important and necessary actions. So this is one of the example. So let's continue further with with our presentation. And now it's time for demo of advanced financial analytics with Power BI. So first let's go here. We will create a 7 different statements, and these are the statements which we will be creating. We will create an income statement, and this income statement has before going to this one, there is a lot of things which are going around here. So there is quite a number of tables which are here, and these are connected with active and passive relationships. Then over here we have quite a huge number of calculations which we have conducted in order to prepare this statement. So in first statement we will be preparing income statement analysis. So you can see over here, this is an income statement. This is, if it is dynamic altogether. If you can click on actual, so the actual figures pop up over here. This is a vertical analysis. In vertical analysis, so you can see this is changed into percentage from actual to vertical, and you can also compare with last year. And these are all dynamic in nature. If you can see all of these cards, these are some journal ratios, and these ratios are also indicating trends and increase and decrease, and whether they are increased by their benchmark or whether they have decreased in their benchmark. So the color is also changed. So this operating expense ratio is definitely on the lower side. Cost of goods sold and OPEX is on the lower side in 2017. In 2018 it is good, but GP margin is on the lower side. EBITDA, total quantities and revenues are on the lower side. So this is kind of interactive as a whole. And same with this next dashboard. This is a sales analytics dashboard. It is dynamic in quite a number of manners, in period, from sources of income, from cities, and from products as well. So if you can just click on any one of the product, the whole information change for that very product. For city, definitely. So, and for sources of income, and it is also giving the customer name, products, sales this year and sales last year, and this is all dynamic in nature. The third dashboard which we will be creating is a root cause analysis dashboard, which I have explained earlier in the demo. And you can see that you can drill through if you have created the tables in a right manner, if you have the data modeling settled in a right way with right relationships, then you can create this one. So you can drill through from higher value to lower value, and if export is performing on the lower side. So what are the products? For instance, in exports, this is the product. Export is overall performing less, but this is the product which is sold on the highest value, and this is the city which is where the product sold on the highest value. And now you can go through which is the top customer. So this is the top customer. So this is kind of a very cool feature of and this is one of the AI visualizations which Power BI has inbuilt in it. There is another feature which is the key influencer feature, and this feature is also very important, as Power BI can calculate if you import data or get data in Power BI and get the relationships right, then Power BI can analyze data and extract insights from the data and provide you the right insights. So you can see that what influence total sale to increase. This is product number 28 which influence to increase it. And if you go in segments, so this is segment number 1 and this is segment number 2, and product number 26 in segment number 2, the average total sale is 63k. This is 24k unit higher than the overall average. So these are one of the cool features of Power BI, and you will have to get all the things right in order to extract that insights. The fourth dashboard which we will be creating is a customer aging analysis. This is also dynamic in nature. For instance, you can drill through from customer names. There's a period. If the current date is say 1st of Jan 2019, so what is the aging analysis is looking like, and at that very date the total outstanding invoices, the amount of total outstanding invoices, and the breakdown of aging, and this is the details. So these are 712 invoices which are outstanding with these amounts, and you can also review it from each customer. For this customer, this is the amount which is which fall in the age of 31 to 60 days. This is the amount which fall in the age of 61 to 90 days, and above 90 this is the amount. And you can also drill through. There are 2 invoices which fall in 90 plus days, and there is one invoice which fall in 31 to 60 days and 61 to 90 days. So this will be our fourth dashboard. Then of course this is our balance sheet, and it will be dynamic, and we will also creating cash flows analysis, and it will also be a dynamic. So this is kind of a quick overview of the demo of live dashboards which we will be creating from scratch. So let's go to the website. Let's go to the presentation again. Now the important thing is we have seen the output of the course. Now what is the structure of the course and the fee of the course? So this is apparently not the first session which we are conducting, but our first 2 sessions have already been concluded in Faisalabad and in Lahore in the first half of 2020. So beginning of the year before COVID, we did concluded our first 2 sessions, but this is the first online trainer-led course which we will be conducting from Friday, Saturday and Sunday, 24th of July, 25th and definitely 26th of July. This is this Sunday, 26th of July. So we will be concluding the time will be Pakistan Standard Time, 6th of in the evening, 6 to 8, the 2 hour on Friday, and then on Saturday it will be 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the afternoon, 11 to 1 and 2 to 4. And on Sunday it will be 11 to 1. So it will be a cumulative of 8-hour course, detailed course. And uh, the what are the objectives of the course? Well, it is the understanding of key features of Power BI, understand the fundamentals of query and transformation of data, understand the information or importance of data modeling, understand DAX and techniques of DAX, data visualization, reporting, and creating powerful insights, financial dashboards. But the important thing is apply the learning in your own environment to benefit from the training, and this factor is very important. I'll come back to this factor, the application of learning. These are the course contents, and we will elaborate these course contents in detail and email the brochures to all the participants. So first is getting data in Power BI. The second is definitely transformation, modeling, DAX, and dynamic dashboards. We have already displayed the dashboards, and then Power BI online services. And the important thing is the application of learning part. So why we are emphasizing on application of learning part? So average retention rate, if you can see in the diagram, the lecture is 5%, reading is 10%, audio visual is 20%, and demonstration is 30%. So most of the trainings stop at this 30% level, and this is not we are aiming over in our this training. So we will be going deep down in participatory teaching method, and we'll see how we'll do it. So this is the overall course flow. First, before 24th of July 2020, we registered in the course. The participants will register in the course, and definitely on 24th we will email the database and manual to the participants. And for those who have attended our first session webinar on the same topic, we did email the manuals and the database to all of them. So it will be created and it will be emailed to all of them. Then on 24th, 25th and 26th we will be conducting online training. Then from 27th to 31st the participant will create a dashboard. We will distribute sample data sets to participants, and they will create dashboard. And certificates, definitely certificates will be emailed. But the important, the learning part, the active learning part will start from here. The participants will provide name of one dashboard they want to create in their organization. It can be anyone. It can be a financial report. It can be financial reports, or it can be working capital, it can be sales analytics. So they will provide the name of the dashboard, and that will be kind of a one topic, not the whole. If you just want to automate the whole finance operations in one dashboard, that won't be possible, because we are offering to the participants exclusively for this course. So you can create a one topic of cash. Working capital management is a huge topic. You can create one, for instance, inventories. You want to see the inventories in a live form if you are connected to SAP or Oracle. So we'll do all those things. And from in the month of August and September, the trainer will guide the participants to create one dashboard for their organization, and the trainer will have live sessions with participants. and participants will be will definitely the chunk of the work will be done by the participants, but trainer will help them definitely. So this part is important, which we are which is kind of a highlight for our training, that once the training is over, we will not end the relationship here. We will continue to support the participants of the trainer, and we will support them to implement one dashboard in their organization and see how they can apply the learning of the training. The course is and you have the overall view of the course now. uh, the thing which we are which all the participants are asking, what is the fee of the course. So for national participants it is 4,000, and for international participants is 30 USD. So this is kind of a whole feature of our course. We and once the presentation is over, then we will be open for discussion. We Let me share the details over here, and you will have the email IDs as well, and I will open the floor for discussion for all those who have joined us in our live session. I will close this session over here, and I'll be available for discussion and any questions. So you can ask any question for me about this course. So thank you from my side.